Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do my everyday makeup look. First, I start with Illuminator, the Moisturizing Cream. I just put 2 pumps onto my hand and I take this little brush and I apply it evenly on both sides, making sure that it's all blended in so I don't have any grease. And then I just take what's ever left over for my nose and my forehead. And I even like to get my eyelids just so there's nothing dry going on here. I'm going to take my Illuminator foundation. I used Tan 42 is the color, and I do the same thing. I pump it onto my hand and I do 2 pumps at a time. And then I take a damp beauty blender and just apply all over my cheeks, starting closer to my nose and blending out. And all you have to do is just keep dabbing. And then you'll see the color really transfer all over your face. So I think that with a beauty blender, you don't really have to use as much product as if you were using a brush, but that's just my take. I like to get it all over my eyelids and all down here along my chin and neck a little bit, just so everything really blends. I'm gonna take this Kylie Jenner concealer, and this is in the color Maple. This is the best concealer I've ever used. It's really creamy and it goes on super smooth and leaves your under eyes looking great. So I take it like that and I put it like 3 stripes just like that, and then 1 under my eye, 1 straight down, and 1 diagonal. And then I take a little bit more of the product and I'll dab it across my eyelid just so everything is the same color. I'm gonna take the beauty blender again and use the pointed edge this time and just dab it in to the corner of my eye and out just along the edge of my nose. So everything under here looks really bright. That's what I really like about this concealer, is that it makes your under eyes look bright and youthful. So I'm gonna just do the same thing along my eyelids. Now I'm gonna take this Laura Mercier setting powder. It's the universal, just regular setting powder. It's the translucent one. And I dump a little bit out onto the counter or the table, wherever I'm doing my makeup. And this is the beautiful thing about the beauty blender. You really just have to use 1 sponge for your entire face. The only thing is, after every use, you really gotta make sure you clean it. Otherwise, it can cause so many breakouts. I'm going to take this Tom Ford, it's the Sculpt and Shade Illuminator, and I use this as a bronzer. I was using powder bronzer for the longest time and I love this. So I use this contouring brush, which is the new Kylie Jenner brush. I love it, which I didn't think I would, but I do. And I just tap the product onto the brush and then I kind of like suck my face in like this and apply it right under my cheekbone. And then I'll go around and down along my chin and start on my forehead and go down. So it should kind of look like either a letter E or a number 3 on the side of your face, going like that. And the cool thing about putting bronzer on your forehead or contour on your forehead is that it makes your forehead look smaller, and then on your jawline it makes it look sharper. I take one of these big blending brushes. This one is from Beverly Hills. I like it because it's just super fluffy. And I take this Makeup Forever. I swirl this little brush around in it. And then I take this and I just blend in the contour so it looks really flawless. I love blush. So this one is Exposed by Tarte. I'm using the Kylie Jenner brush set again, tapping off the excess product and putting it just on the apples of my cheek in circular motions. Same thing on both sides. I'm gonna go back with this powder, and so I just take the end of this eyeshadow brush, which is not really what it's supposed to be used for, and I tap it into my bronzer just go right up the bridge of my nose. And then you can take your finger and just blend it out a little bit. For brows, so I take, this is like all that's left of my little Benefit brow lift. So I'm just gonna go right under my eyebrows, and this will make them look brighter and more open. When I need that extra boost, I use the powder. I use the color Tobacco, which is darker, because my roots, my eyes, everything on my face is a little bit darker than Victoria's. So I just go in and I shade what needs to be shaded. And then I also take the tip of the brush and I see where it lines up on my nose, on the inside, and I know that that's where my brow is supposed to begin. And I just do the same thing on the other side. Now is take just a little like plastic mascara wand and brush out my brows so that the color is brushed out and they look more natural. There's nothing worse than seeing brows that look like they're painted on. And then I also use the Joey Healy Brow Serum to try to get my brows to grow, and then this also keeps them in place during the day. So it's just a clear serum, swipe it on both sides. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little Kylie Jenner highlighter. This is the color Fiji, and I'm gonna take the highlighting brush and just go on cheekbones. This is really pigmented, so it looks, just a tiny bit of product looks so good. So now I'm gonna take this Valerie Beverly Hills bronze eyeliner. It's one of the chunky ones. And I'm just gonna run this along the top lid of my eye. Almost to the corner, but not quite. And I'm gonna blend it with my finger. And I don't always wear eyeliner. This is just like when my lash extensions start to go and I'm in between fills, I like that it gives the root a little more of a full look when I have eyeliner on. So this kind of solves that problem for me. Now I'm gonna take this Extended Play. It's a waterproof mascara, so it doesn't leak under here, and put it on my lower lashes. And then, like I said before, I am in between lash fills and they're starting to come out a little bit. They make my life so much easier, so I love them. But for days like this, I use eyelash extension mascara that I just take and I put it just at the roots of my lashes to make them look, they're a little bit fuller at the base. Both sides. And I just wiggle it a little bit, and I don't go all the way to the top because that's what makes them stick together, and you don't want that clumpy mascara caterpillar eyelash look. I love lips, so I'm gonna take this Charlotte Tilbury. It's a lip cheat and it's an iconic nude, and I'm just gonna line the outsides of my lips. And it really is like the perfect brownie nude color. And I like to do just the Cupid's bow of the top of my lip because I don't really like the way it looks when I go all the way around on the top. So I just do that on the top, and then the bottom I go almost to the corner but not quite. And then once I've done that, I just take this Blondie Lips. I got this at Sephora, and it's just a clear gloss that goes on, but it actually makes your lips more plump, and it's just super clear, hydrating, and then that is it. I hope you guys like my everyday makeup look and got some tips that you can use too.